Hey everyone, it's Hannah here, and today I'm going to be talking about something known as artist block and how to get over it. Now, artist block is generally referred to in a very negative manner, but to be honest, I don't really think it's that negative. There's a lot of benefits that come out of it. What artist block actually is when you can look at something and you're like, that's really good. And when you look at your art, you're like, that is not good. You're just comparing yourself to other people. And even if you don't think you are, and you always are. Like, you always will be in life. Compare yourself to other people all the time. That's actually the only way you're ever going to get better at anything, because that's the only way you're going to see differences and see what's wrong with your art and how to make it better. And so artist block is this gap between when your talent is not living up to the expectations that your taste is. You can see things more clearly now. Like, you can see what looks good and what looks bad. Like how I know that when I was younger, I can't remember the type of book, but it's like, I think it was by some Kate someone, like the How to Draw Manga books. Oh my goodness, I thought those were so good. And now when I look at them now, I'm like, I can do way better than that. Another thing that might be causing it is repetitive work, and this has happened to me a couple times when I work on a comic or something like that, and I'm working in the same boring style, and then all of a sudden you just like you can't physically do anything else. You lose some muscle memory, I guess you could say. You just feel like everything you do, it's not as good as if you did it in this style or whatever, and that's another thing. Like, styles really suck. Don't get one. Just be yourself, experiment all the time. Your taste will always be improving, your skills will always be improving. So just like keep going with that. The fact that you're having this little mental block is fine. Just look at it more in a positive way and you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna give you some tips, some little things you might be thinking about if you're currently in some type of artist block. One thing is just take a break, especially if you're doing some really long project like a comic or something and you just don't ever take breaks. Take a break and just like try to appreciate other people's art. Also, reflect upon your own art and like look back and just look at what you did 10 years ago to what you did now to what you did a year ago. When you first start something, you get really inspired to do it, and then you keep doing it for a really long time. And even if you keep up that same pace throughout your whole life, you won't improve as much and as quick as you did the first week you started doing it. And so you have to keep that in mind, that whenever you love to do something, you just have to keep doing it. You have to keep pushing through it, because it takes a long time to become a master at anything, really. And so the first thing is just take a break. Like, you've improved a lot. You got to look back at all the things you've improved on, like how far you've come from wherever you've come from. Even if you think you haven't, you have. In some way, you have. You just got to like look through. Use your taste, your new taste that you have just found, and to find these things. Second thing is drawing fan art. Oh my goodness, I never feel more inspired by drawing someone else's art. And I know it sounds bad, but it's like, you just gotta take a break from things that you know and just like lay it on someone else. That's what this drawing of the Jokers, I've always seen a whole bunch of things about Joker all over the internet, you know, like the 4-panel things where they got Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson and Joaquin Phoenix, and then they have Jared Leto, but I really don't like Jared Leto, so I switched it up with Cesar Romero, who is amazing. Like, oh my goodness, have you guys seen the episode of Batman when Alfred literally beats up the Joker for Batman? It's amazing. Anyways, but drawing fan art, like, it makes you feel so good because you didn't have to think about anything. You just drew something that already existed. So like, there's really, like, it doesn't take a lot of effort to draw fan art, is what I'm trying to say, and it's really easy to be inspired by drawing fan art. And then maybe from that fan art you'll be like, I really liked this detail about something, now I'm gonna make my own character or do my own type of thing because of that. And yeah, and you'll become inspired, then you'll keep going. Draw some fan art, draw something that you did not create, that you don't have, so you don't have to think about what something looks like, how something acts. Using lots and lots of references, that's another thing. If you don't want to draw fan art, just draw things from references, like not necessarily like studies and stuff, but just like draw flowers. If you like to draw flowers, draw flowers. If you like to draw scenery and stuff, just like draw some mountains or something. Third thing is just like looking at other people's art. So this goes with the take a break thing. Just when you take that break, you gotta go through Pinterest. Make a list of all your favorite artists and the people you respect and why you respect them. And then maybe from that, you're gonna figure out why you like certain things and what things you want to improve in your art too. Like if you like the way a certain head shape looks, then maybe try drawing that head shape but adding your own details in and then being like, wow, I like that. Like I know for me, one of my favorite people on YouTube especially is Cynic's Designs. His lines are so cool because he doesn't generally, a lot of times he doesn't put a sketch underneath, so a lot of his art is very sketchy, very clean sketches, and then he paints over it. Looks gorgeous. But that's kind of what I wanted to do here. I've like been inspired by him for a very long time, and because of that, like I like his line weight and whatnot, and so I tried to do something like that. I think, but for this one, it looks a little bit more like crooked glasses, so I could say I got inspiration from her too. Another thing is doing lots of studies. I found that goes with the fan art thing, just drawing something that you didn't have to think up. And also because studies, some of my favorite drawings are actually like just sketches of poses and things because like for one I didn't have to think about them and so I didn't have to think about where a hand goes and whatnot, but then you also expand your artistic vocabulary like that, so you're gonna have a whole bunch of new poses, new hand shapes, new face shapes, new things that you know about, and so that when you go back to drawing you won't be so lost. That's a big thing. Last but not least, you have to force yourself to draw eventually. This takes so much effort. It's really hard to do, but once you do it, like you'll thank yourself. The one drawing I did before this, I was like, I just want to put some scribbles down, scribbled down, and I got something. It looked kind of like a Dracula vampire thing, and it was also December, and I was like, this doesn't really fit. I kind of wanted to draw someone that looked like James Bond, but that didn't happen. It turns into something completely different. It looked really good. It's on my Instagram. Go follow that. And yeah, just like it'll make, and then if you surprise yourself by drawing something really awesome, you'll be like, hey, I can draw. And then automatically this like block that was blocking you will not block you no more, and you'll realize that you're just being silly. You gotta keep at it for a real long time, but if you just keep at it and keep drawing, keep doing those studies, stay away from a style because styles are the devil. Keep drawing all the time. Draw. Thank you all so much for watching. I have all my social medias right here on this screen. I have YouTube, which is obviously here. My Tapasio, which I have one comic on. It's terrible. Don't read it. And if you want to see some good art, you should go and look at my Instagram, which is right there. Well, that's really all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next well, I won't see you. And you'll see me in the next video. Adios.